Shut up!
The shop started in 1906, so we've been going now for 105 years.
We used to say it beats working, that's what we used to say, but of course it's a bit hard work now.
As a kid at like 14, it was like this kind of forbidden world. My mum and dad would say I'd wasted most of my life in record shops, but for me, that was my education.
Public is still the same, you know, you get good ones and bad ones, and they come in and you were treated like a friend rather than a customer and an assistant or anything.
Working in Selectors at that time in Nottingham meant that you were almost a sort of local celebrity.
I wasn't hip enough or old enough to get a Saturday job in the record shop, so I got a job in the hardware shop, weighing out screws and selling people wallpaper, so that I more or less spent all the money I had downstairs in the record shop. It was brilliant.
I think in the old days it seems like people would want to shop at an independent more, and now it seems that if you're not part of a chain, people don't quite sort of, do you know what I mean? They tend to think that we're selling sort of second-hand CDs, or they can't quite believe the prices that we're selling them at.
The megastores sort of cheapened music and made it a product rather than something that there's a passion around. Especially independent shops become more important the more sort of disposable the wider music industry becomes.
We found we had a lot in common with our views on music and how to run a good shop. As far as most banks were concerned, music retail was all over, and that it was all about downloads.
You're never going to discover Captain Beefheart or the 34 Elevators or the Velvet Underground in Tesco's. Ever. It's just not going to happen. And I've always walked in here looking for one thing, and immediately when I walk through the door my brain turns to mush. I always walk out with probably about 10 or 20 different things other than I actually came in for.
The people who live and breathe it, but also know how to run a business as well, will be here long after the last chain is gone, long after the supermarkets have given up.
I think there was an intense rivalry between stores 10, 20 years ago. That doesn't exist now. I think everybody's keen to get on, everyone's everyone else's friend, and we look out for each other. I think we've got the best network in the world of independent stores.
We have a record which is by the one and only Ronald Reagan. And if you see what it's called, The Wit and Wisdom of Ronald Reagan.